We often have a second visit to the elders just before rebirth. This is a very private session that people under hypnosis don't detail for us. But Dr. Newton found the elders use this forum to reinforce the significance of a soul's goals for the next life. After that, a soul will likely observe the selected family before rebirth. That way it can learn about what to expect and confirm the selection. And finally, rebirth. Subjects describe traversing a similar tunnel to the bright white light that is the boundary to the spirit world after death. This is where time resumes for the soul, and presumably where the silver cord is reattached, tying the soul to its body. Now, knitting a soul to a baby's brain is a delicate process. It cannot be done until the brain is developed enough, several months into the pregnancy. This is specific to each baby's brainwave pattern, the circuitry they use to translate soul signals. Some souls don't enter until the time of birth, or even a couple days afterwards. Newton and Cannon found that souls continue to do a lot of traveling outside the mother's womb during pregnancy. There's no reason for a soul to twiddle its little thumbs inside the womb. Remember that souls don't even stay put during sleep. One subject described this as a time to goof off and visit other friends who are in a similar position of waiting for birth. They come back periodically and give the mother's belly some kicks. These travels continue through the first several years of life too. The soul may begin to stick around full time by age 1, but maybe as late as when the child starts school. And not all souls enter into babies. There's an alternative path for souls who get in over their heads, so to speak, to swap bodies as adults. Such an exchange of souls is agreed to in advance by the departing and the replacement soul, so still an act of free will. This is what's known as a walk-in. This term was popularized by Ruth Montgomery, a famous political journalist who later channeled numerous metaphysical books via automatic writing from her spirit guides from the 1960s through 90s. She presented an extensive list of present-day and historical examples of walk-ins, including multiple US presidents. Dolores Cannon identified a walk-in situation in her very first book, 5 Lives Remembered. It explained a woman who had a dramatic personality change the days after her attempted suicide. So we've been talking about numerous souls who come to Earth, but where do they all come from? One reason people have for being skeptical about reincarnation is the sheer number of souls on Earth, a number that grows every year. Are there really so many available souls to support such a program? Where do they all come from? Our spirit world knowledge assures us that there's no risk of running out of souls, for a couple of reasons. First, souls are incarnating more frequently in these more interesting modern times. Dr. Newton compiled a chart of frequency, shown here, ranging from thousands of years between lives for cavemen to more than 1 life per century now. As far as lives per soul, one of Cannon's subjects estimates that 120 is the average number of incarnations, though some complete the Earth school in 10 lives, if they focus on their path. Others suggest that a couple of hundred lives is common. Also, Seth claims that there's flexibility as to the sequence of lifetimes. Sequence is really more of a matter of focus than chronology. He gives the metaphor of a playwright who first writes a play taking place in Renaissance Florence, and then ancient Rome, and then medieval Scotland, even as he progresses on a linear path through his own development as a writer. Others tend to think of incarnations as generally sequential, but I suspect some of that confusion is because recalling future lives would reveal too much. And next, we're told there's no shortage of souls willing to come to Earth. Remember, Earth is seen as an elite school, part of the Ivy League, so to speak, and Harvard could easily double its enrollment next year simply by increasing its admission rate. Another factor Cannon, and Seth in particular, talked about is parallel lives. Portions of a soul's energy can be in 2 bodies that overlap in time. Some call this a twin flame. Mind-blowing, isn't it? And finally, all souls have to start somewhere. And Dr. Newton worked with a soul who's involved in the birthing process of new souls. This is the process of a newly splintered light split off from the unified energy pool known as all there is. It's given identity, or temporary duality, to gain experience as a soul. It will eventually reunite with the source, along with all of its experiences and learnings. But then what happens after our reincarnation cycle completes?